Well, what's going on, my friends? Millian here with you, MILLIAN for MillionSpeaks.com, your vocal care and maintenance emporium. Hope everybody is doing fabulous today. Oh, it has been quite a while since I put a video up and since I did something. Now, you might ask, well, basing on the stats, you probably didn't notice, but that's okay. I'll play along. You might ask, Millian, where have you been? What's been going on? And I got to tell you, it has been the best of times and it's been the worst of times. It has been quite a time in this last month or two. The good news is, and I guess it's all relative, is that in August, after a couple years of planning and a lot of saving and planning and all that kind of stuff, took the family to Hawaii for a 10-day run, and it was marvelous. Physically, I'm here, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally, I'm elsewhere. So if I seem disconnected, that's, kind of why. And, yeah, I still haven't returned from the islands. I'm physically here, but whatever. It was magical. It was one of the nicest trips I ever took, and literally every day I miss being there and being on vacation. And you know what I miss? I was telling my mom this, that I don't miss the trip proper. You know what I miss is the spirit of the trip. And what I mean by that is you wake up and you don't have to be anywhere. You don't have a schedule. You don't have a calendar. You don't have places to be, people to talk to. It's just waking up that day, and where do I want to be? Do I want to go to breakfast? Yes, I do. Would you like another coffee, Mr. Quinteros? Yes, I would. Would you like some waffles, sir? Yes, I would. Stuff like that. And just being able to, hey, feel like going to the beach? Let's go to the beach. Let's go. And I'm still trying to figure out how to duplicate that in everyday life, and I haven't figured that out yet because I'm on a regimented schedule every day here. And, yeah, it's certainly not the aloha spirit if you get my drift. But building my business here, building my coaching thing now, as some of you know, and as some of you that I've met, the story that I not only do I do vocal care and maintenance coaching, which is where I'm really getting focusing on, I should say, but I also do audio production, voiceover work. I host podcasts with people. I consult on podcasts. We do anything audio related. I kind of do, and I like having my hands in many things. I like to do all kind of stuff. And it's so unfortunate to me because I just don't have enough time to get to everything I want to get to. And it is so heartbreaking for me. I've always, even from when I was young and started my career, I was always doing like 10 different things at once. And, they say you spread yourself thin, which I do, but I enjoy it. And now as you get around my age, it starts to reach a point where you're so fed up with the world, you just don't feel like doing it anymore. But in your heart, you really want to, and there's like so many things I want to do. I love doing coaching with my students that, I don't even know if I call my vocalists. Students sound so like diminutive, so I'm going to call them my vocalists. I love working with my vocalists and having them, find that voice inside them they didn't know they had. And, when you see your people go out there and do their talks and they do their TED Talks and they present their workshops and people are like, hey, your voice is different. What's going on? And, I love seeing that. But at the same time, I love in my whisper room, that big black box right there. That's a vocal isolation booth, 3x5 box that it's like my little spaceship. And I love being in there just recording audiobooks and articles and YouTube videos and narrations, corporate things, whatever you want to pay me for, I'll do. But that is where I am one of my happiest. And being replaced by AI in that field has not been the best thing in the world. So building the business has been quite an adventure. It goes very slow, and it's always that first, major thing of building that takes the longest. And then once you hit that, you start to exponentially go from there, which is what I'm hoping is going to happen. So, but I have so many other things, including like the podcasting and things that I do and the production and the audio. And I got all these super cool ideas, and it's just, I wish I could get to everything. It's so far. Do you guys have that problem too? Please leave a comment. Let me know am I alone here? Because my whole life, I'm not going to lie to you, I've never really been a team player. That ain't my thing. And that's why I never really excelled at regular, standard kind of jobs working on, Millian, you part of the team? No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm a very independent kind of guy, and I always have been. And even with, building this, I sort of am too. And I would imagine that a lot of you guys that have your speaking business and anything on that line, you're probably in the same boat as me. You probably have that solopreneur, that solo vibe thing going on. You might have a person or two helping you out, which is a person or two more than I have. I'm literally doing this all myself, and it can be very, very frustrating. However, it is very rewarding simultaneously for a variety of reasons. And in my book, by the way, don't forget I have this. Excuse me. Have you seen my voice anywhere? Which is a manual on vocal care maintenance and not making my mistakes. The first part of the book, I get into my memoirs from my career in things like radio and podcasting and the projects we built here in Las Vegas over the last 20 years. And I made a point in the first chapter about how, I'm reading it right here, it says, being on your own isn't always a bad thing. It can feel lonely, sure. But struggling to find your own way can take you places that you've never expected. In the moment, it really does suck. But at the same time, they say that you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You always have to look backwards and see where they all connect. And so, wait a second. My book, I forgot. Vloxed is out in the warehouse. She's checking it. Let me bring Vloxed in. Vlox, what you got?
Hey, Million. Just shipping out books and making sure everything is flowing smoothly. Get Million's book. Get it right, people.
We love Vloxed here. She's working hard for us. She's about to leave, so she's going to be on her way soon. She's just finishing up out there, getting the books out, by the way. But the thing I was just saying before I was, so rudely interrupted by myself was that in the book, you'll find a lot of these memoirs of having to do this yourself. And if you're feeling alone, not only do I help you with voice coaching, but if you actually work with me, you'd be surprised. I tell people that the voice is like a symphony orchestra. It's like the symphony of the soul. And there's all these different parts. And the actual sound and the resonance and the breathing, that's only one section of the orchestra. There's so many other things going on. And there's an element of psychology to it. Now, I have a degree in psychology, so I do kind of know what I'm talking about here. But there is that part of what's on the inside usually comes out, and you hear it in the way people speak. You could hear it in their voice, in the way that they form words. You'd be surprised how much you actually portray non-verbally when you speak as opposed to verbally. It's crazy. And so sometimes we get into heavy topics when we're coaching. Sometimes you'd be surprised. Stuff comes out of people because I might say, well, has this ever happened to you? Because I could hear something in your voice. What's going on? And someone will just start opening up. And then next thing you know, I'm Dr. Phil up in here. Instead of Coach Million, I'm Dr. Phil. I can't do that. And so that is a part of things. So I just want to put it out there to you, and I mean this sincerely, that of course I do vocal coaching, and if you're interested in preserving your voice for your career, because you've spent many years building what you have and you want to make sure you keep it, and I don't want to hear, oh, I've been at this 30 years. Yeah, I've been at it 30 years too, and I lost my voice, so it can happen to you. Don't think it can't. So let me help you. Don't be prideful. Let me help you. But also, if you're struggling, you're at this solo, you're at this by yourself, message me. We'll talk. Because I'm in the same boat, and it's not always the best boat to be on. I've been on better tuna boats than this one, and this one ain't always the greatest. So feel free to reach out if you ever just want to DM or chat, or even we can set up a Zoom call. We can talk it out. We can discuss it over a Coke Zero, and we can help rise the tide, lift that tide so it raises up all the tuna boats around us. Make sure. Is my life's work right here. Okay, excuse me, have you seen my voice anywhere? Not only is it a first section of memoirs maybe this big, the rest of it is all vocal training stuff that we would cover in our coaching together. Well, I actually refer to this. By the way, you sign up for coaching with me, I'm including copies of the book now for you, because some of my other vocalists have found that when they bought the book, then when we do the coaching, that there's so much crossover material and I can give them chapters to follow. So I've decided that if you decide to do a coaching run with me, whether it's maybe like a 90-minute course one time, or you do the 6-week thing that I have, I'm giving you a copy of the book for free as part of your tuition, I guess you would call it. I don't know. But you'll have this big, beautiful book to have and hold and to cherish. And you'll actually be able to use this for diaphragmatic breathing training. But you got to come take the course, and I'll show you how you can physically use this book for it. But make sure you grab a copy. And I'm not going to give you a discount code. But from what I hear, Vloxed has one she's very excited to share. So I'm going to let her end our little discussion here today. And I just want to let you know, if you are having voice problems, if your business is really kicking up and you're getting the $5,000, $10,000 speaking gigs and you're rolling along and you're worried about what's going to happen, what's going to go wrong, well, let's make sure it's not your voice. For a fraction of your speaking fee, trust me, for a fraction of what you get paid, I can make sure in 6 weeks you have a toolbox to use that's going to let you keep your voice no matter what. And then I'm always here for follow-ups, tune-ups, anytime you just want to talk or whatever, I am here. All right, so millionspeaks.com is the website. Go there, check it out. Millionspeaks.com/book is where you can find the book itself. Vloxet has a discount code for you. I'll put her on in a minute because she's leaving the... What? Okay. Yep, she's leaving the warehouse, so she'll talk to you on the way out. She's excited. She's got a new truck. So did I, by the way. I just bought a new truck for the first time ever. I actually have a truck now. I feel like putting on a ball cap, getting a bunch of tattoos, growing a beard, and chugging beers. It's really weird. I don't listen to country music, but I think I do now. Not 100% sure on that. So, told you it was best times, worst of times, so got to go to Hawaii. I have, my dad's been dealing with dementia for somewhere between 7 to 10 years. We can't fully pinpoint it, and it's been brutal this last month or two. One of the worst of times. But then I bought myself a truck because my old car was starting to go, and I'm like, you know when you reach that point where it's like, yeah, we got to make a move. So we did. So the good part is, got my first truck. This thing is huge, and I love it, and I'm doing this thing all up, and I'm adding accessories, and I'm going crazy. So that's the good part. Now, the bad part is I got to figure out how to pay for this thing, which is why you need to hire me for your coaching. Please. I got a new truck I'll send you a book, and I'll give you a ride in the truck. Is that fair? Can we do that maybe? I don't know. Get the book. Come coach with me. I got 2 gigantic dogs. They got to eat. I got a big truck I got to pay for. Come coach with me. Trust me, a fraction of your speaking fee. Millionspeaks.com. Go do it now. Million out. Here's Vloxet. See you soon.
Get Millions book now. Use code VLOXET15 for 15% off. Get it right, people.